Matt here from CarWow. Now this may seem like a bit of an odd intro to a video, but it's because I want to reveal to you my new daily driver, which is, ta-da, a Mercedes-AMG G63. Oh yes, I've got one of these cars on long-term loan for 4 to 6 months from Mercedes UK to see what it's like to live with. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly that. I'm going to give you a bit more information on the spec of this car. Some more black bits here. The reason why I went for this crazy colour, I call this car the fire truck. We'll also do some performance testing with it. It's mental. I'd also like you guys to tell me what kind of videos you'd want me to do on this car. So comment below, I'll read them through, and hopefully I'll upload those videos, or some of them, in the future. And to make sure you follow my latest updates on this car, click subscribe, hit that bell icon so you're alerted when I make a new upload. Let's start this video by talking about the most obvious bone of contention with this car, and it is of course the paintwork. It's known as hyacinth red. It's a bit unusual for a G63. I call this car the fire truck though. Some people say it's like Postman Pat's van. Now if I was personally buying one of these cars myself with my own cash, I'd probably go for a gunmetal grey. But I was given two options, this colour or a bright blue. Now, which one would you have? Click up there, vote, let me know. However, before you do, there is something you need to know. You see, this car has a lovely cream interior. I absolutely adore it. The blue car's interior look like this. Now, with that in mind, which did you choose? Click up there on the pop-out banner to vote, let me know. One of the things I really like about the red paint is that it contrasts nicely with the red brake calipers. I mean, look at that, it's...
Idiot would have a red one.
Well, what kind of moron would have a purple one? I mean, it looks ridiculous.
It's classy, mate. Somebody from Warsaw wouldn't understand.
Just piss off, back to your own channel. Anyway, like I was saying, look at it, red calipers, red paintwork, black wheels, 22 inches as well. It just looks proper badass. Those lovely alloy wheels are actually an option, £2,000, but there's some more options on the car which I'm going to talk you through now. But before I do, I want to see if you can guess what the total cost of all the options added together are on this car. So click up there to place your bet, right? You done that? Okay, I'll walk you through them now. We have the AMG Night Package, which includes some darkened exterior lights, black door mirror housings, some more black bits here, and here, and here, and here. And in total that comes to £2,700 worth of black bits. If you think that seems rather expensive, then how about this? So this car has the AMG Drivers Package, which takes the top speed from 137 miles an hour to 149 miles an hour. And for that, you have to pay an extra £2,000. Then there's the extended Napa leather package, which is glorious. So you get super soft leather throughout the back seats, the front seats, on the doors, on the door handles, on the top part of the dash, the lower part of the dash. It's lovely everywhere. And this headlining is super soft as well, though I don't want to touch it too much because I might leave dirty handprints on it. And there's some extra bits and pieces such as AMG badging and some silver air vents. All that though, £5,500. I do like it in this light colour though, it's absolutely glorious. Works well with the open pore wood, which is a non-cost option, though I'm not so keen on this kind of piano black trim because it scratches easily, though there's not too much of it in this car. Finally, there is the red paint. Yes, you do have to pay extra for this, and it's £1,750. So in total, when you add it together, the total cost of the options fitted to this car is £13,940, which you might think is quite a lot, but really, people who can afford these cars don't care. In fact, the more expensive they are, the better. And when you add in the base price of the car itself, which is £143,000, the total cost of this vehicle is £157,000. You can get the G-Class with a diesel engine or a normal 4-litre V8 in the G500, but no, do not get that. You want this one, pay the full money and get the G63, because then you get the AMG engine. 4-litre twin turbocharged V8, you've got 585 horsepower, you've got 850 Newton meters of torque, and it sounds awesome. So every time I start it up in the morning, I press a button here to make the exhaust even louder, and I love the fact the exhaust is just there by your ear, and you can rev it a bit, annoy your neighbours. I also like the fact of how the engine kind of twists in the chassis when you rev it. And this particular engine has been hand-built in Alphatzabach by a man named Marcel Weber. Marcel, I'm really loving your work. My previous daily driver was a BMW M8 50i. I liked it a lot, but there was one thing that just did my head in about it, and it was the fact that while it had Apple CarPlay, it didn't have Android Auto, so I couldn't connect my phone to the car. And I didn't want to get an Apple phone, so I need a car with Android Auto, and thank God this Mercedes has it, look, so I can use Waze for satellite navigation, because I think Waze is way better than any system you get as standard in a manufacturer's car. Now there is one slight annoying thing about it though, so while I'm stationary you can see that I can actually zoom in on the map or zoom out using the control wheel. But once I start driving, let's say I want to check the route ahead, that function just disappears and we haven't got a touch screen like the system does in the new Mercedes A-Class. In fact, the system in the new Mercedes A-Class is slightly better than this one. It's the very, very latest version. And it's a bit annoying that this far more expensive car doesn't have as good tech as Mercedes' entry-level car. Another thing that's a bit annoying about this car, which weirdly is also one of the things I actually love about it, are the heavy, old-fashioned style doors. People who aren't used to the car can find them a bit of a struggle to shut properly. Yeah, that's not shut. Can you do it again? You really need to slam it. And there you go. Another thing that's a bit annoying is when you accelerate hard, the manually operated sunroof cover often just opens a bit. I mean, happens every time. Another thing you might think is annoying about this car is parking it, because it is so huge, but it's not as bad as you may think. So it does have a automatic parking facility, so it's looking for a space now, but I never ever use that. What I do use, it's not a touchscreen, I forgot, it's not a touchscreen. What I do use are the surround view cameras. They are super duper, and this one is really good, so you can get quite close to other cars. So if you have to park in a really tight bay, you can squeeze in. Now you may think that this is a problem, but it's not, and I'll explain why now. So there we are, nice and close. I need to get out, can't get out that way, not a problem. Because I'm sat up high, even though there's this centre console, it's quite easy to just look at this, because you've got so much headroom to just clamber across and then get out. Now you might be thinking, well, what happens when that guy tries to get out of his car? He's going to bash your door. I want to show you this, look. This running board here extends so